pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Okay. Gentlemen, any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Yes.
Alrighty, we got item 12. It's a RFP for the Cumberland Raceway. This reads, the Board of County Commissioners authorize the release of an RFP for sealed proposals to establish a contract through competitive negotiation for promotion of dirt track racing at the Allegany Fairgrounds. And item 13 is the purchase of a used Ram 550 truck. It reads, Board of Commissioners to authorize Department of Public Works to purchase one used 2022 Dodge Ram 550 from Country Chevrolet, Warrenton, Virginia, in the amount of $75,156. Is there a motion to add those two?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. Is there a motion to approve minutes from the last public business meeting?
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Great. And Commissioner Brody is not here this evening. Moving right into our action agenda, item 1 is Code Bill 1-22. This is the introduction of the Economic Development Bond Authorization. Administrator Bennett.
Thank you, Commissioners. Just one item in this Code Home Rule Bill tonight. Usually we do many items in a bond bill. This is just one. It's for a total of $750,000, and it's for a loan we're going to take with Tri-County Council. They have willingly agreed to assist us with the BSI project. So this will allow us to start taking formal action on it. So tonight's the introduction of the bond bill. We'll have a hearing at our next meeting on the 10th. If there's no comment, then hopefully we can take action. It would become effective April 24th, and we're prepared to close, so we should be able to close at the next meeting after that. So as you know, that project's done. They agreed to help us with this. This just helps us get our ducks in a row and get this one done. The loan will actually be in the amount of about $500,000. We went a little high just to be safe here. So tonight's just the introduction.
Great. There's no action required?
Correct.
Okay. Great. Is there any comment? All right. Item number 2 is Great Allegany Passage. This is Patty Baker Road. It's slide repair project request. Mr. Adam Patterson.
Supposed to be Dave.
It's the other bald. This is the other bald engineer.
It's the uglier and dumber one. Yeah. So, gentlemen, we've been monitoring a slide at Patty Baker Road for a couple years right now. It's reached the point where it needs a permanent repair, similar to what we did down at Woodcock Hollow about 5 years ago. The company that we've actually requested to look at the work completed the last one, and so there was a public bid that we're utilizing from another state, and then 2 of our county government counterparts in Maryland have also used that public bid process. We vetted it with County Attorney Lee Beeman, and so we would like to move forward with this project. We're going to use some ARPA money to be able to complete the repair. So asking for your request to award the contract this evening.
Great. We've got to keep the gap open and accessible, so I'll make the motion we approve it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Thanks, Adam.
All right. Item 3 is Baltimore Street Comprehensive Investment Program. We have Matt Miller, Jeff Barclay, Mayor Morris. Would you like to come on down too? Mr. Nedved, you're welcome. No? Okay. All right.
Good evening, Commissioners. I just wanted to take a quick moment and just remind everyone that we, I guess, shameless self-promotion, right? Commissioner Shade announced on the 27th of January, we did the Invest Allegany program, and since the 21st this week, Monday, we've been taking applications, and that was a $2 million program, and that's been going well. We've had, some interest, some applications have come in, and we've had lots of questions, of course, which is fine, and we expected that. So that's going well. And then Matt Miller and I have been discussing for a little while this program that he put together with Baltimore Street Comprehensive Investment Program, and we thought that this program would complement well the Invest Allegany program. And so that's what we're asking for here is the motion is that we would ask the commissioners for their approval for a $200,000 match for downtown facade, $150,000 match for downtown residential improvement, and a $15,000 match for downtown business attraction, totaling $365,000 from the Community Enhancement Fund. I don't know if Matt or Mayor, if you wanted to say anything about the program, which programs are being offered.
Sure, yeah. Just to give you a bit more of a rundown on what the program is comprised of. It's funding from locals, both city and county level and state level funding. In total, assuming that this is approved, would equal about $950,000 of direct investment of public funds back into mainly focusing the Baltimore Street corridor, but within the downtown business district in Cumberland. We're looking at, again, downtown facade improvement, residential, upper story residential development, business attraction. We've also got a technical assistance grant for business and building owners that's implemented, and as well as infrastructure upgrades that businesses and buildings can take advantage of during the Baltimore Street project. So it's a very comprehensive investment program. It's very aggressive in the fact that we have a lot of momentum going on downtown, and we want to continue that. We certainly appreciate what you've done in Invest Allegany, and it has been very well received. Again, as Jeff had iterated, that this is only to complement that and further that investment and continue the momentum moving forward.
Mayor?
And I just wanted to, number one, thank you again for the Invest Allegany program. I think that's a great initiative that you all have created, and I think that's going to be wonderful for not only the city of Cumberland, but all of Frostburg. And I want to thank you for this consideration of this $365,000. I think that it shows county economic development, the CEDC working together in a partnership, and I appreciate your consideration for this.
Great.
Thank you, Mayor.
Hey, Matt, what's the timeline on this program? Because I know we were trying to tie everything in with the construction of the mall and, you know, stuff going on inside while they're on the outside.
Correct. So again, assuming that, that we're moving forward with the funding, I'm looking to actually make an official announcement in the beginning of April and then open the program up at the beginning of July and run it through basically up until the beginning of the project itself. So probably toward the end of the year.
Great.
Or until the funds run out. So.
Yeah, what's really great about this program is it allows the business owners, the building owners to be doing their constructions and their initiatives at the same time that we're doing our construction for Baltimore Street.
Great. And I think with all of these, you know, it requires a match, and they got to put money in.
Yes,
and
that is the benefit, is we're saying, hey, if you're a business and you want to take advantage of both programs, there's an opportunity to do that as long as you have the one-to-one match.
Yeah.
There.
Yep, I think this is an innovative way of doing it, and I think it'll be very well received. I mean, now Invest Allegany's already getting a ton of interest. Hey, Matt, that downtown facade, that one, can that be used for like windows, or is it pretty broad, or?
Yep. Yes, windows, any type of facade. It could be anything from cleaning the facade itself to new windows, new doors, new
Gotcha.
bricks, anything of that nature. Mortar replacement,
Yeah.
signage.
I'm just thinking, because there's probably some that are going to come through Invest Allegany that might not fit exactly for that, but they would fit into the facade one, so.
Correct. Yeah, we did look at what you had laid out in Invest Allegany, and we wanted to make sure that we weren't duplicating efforts.
Yep.
So it's more to, yeah.
Great. Very good. Is there a motion for item number 3?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Mayor, this moves very quickly when there's only 2 of us up here, you know?
I do
Oh,
one thing right here. You're trying to confuse me. Did they move it again?
no, wait, who's on first?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to come travel with the seats out or not.
Brian, get the camera ready. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you all for coming. That's great.
Thank you, guys, very much.
All right, moving to our consent agenda tonight, Administrator Bennett.
So Commissioners, now we have 10 items on the consent agenda. Item 4 is a request for proposals for a regional approach to growing Western Maryland's outdoor economy. So it's an RFP to solicit companies to bid on a strategic and recruitment plan for elevating the outdoors. Item 5 is the Garden City Mobile Home Park partial acquisition bid acceptance, and this would be for building new decks and porches on 7 occupied mobile homes in their new location in the Garden City Mobile Home Park. And that'll be awarded to Mullen Homes in the amount of $83,650. Item 6 is an appointment to Rocky Gap Local Development Council, appointing Brian Kurtz to the position formerly held by Skylar Dice as he's Rocky Gap's representative and newly appointed at Rocky Gap. So his term will expire March of '23. Item 7 is the Governor's Office of Crime Control and Prevention grant award in the amount of $102,000 for the performance incentive grant for the Sheriff's Office. Item 8 is the Ellerslie Community Park Operations and Maintenance Agreement for the Ellerslie Community Park. Item 9 is the Old Town Lions Club Field Operations and Maintenance Agreement. Item 10 is the Rawlings Community Park Operations and Maintenance Agreement. Item 11 is the 60th Alhambra Catholic Invitational Tournament, awarding $3,000 to them from our community promotions funds for the tournament, which will take place March 10th through 12th next month. Item 12 is a request for proposals for the Cumberland Raceway to authorize the release of an RFP. And I will note we added this because the promoter just this week resigned. He had one year remaining and is not going to be able to fulfill that. So we want to get this on the street as quick as we can.
So this particular season is already lined up, it'll be after, it's under contract, it expires after.
Correct. So
Okay.
that's why we want to get this out now, so we hopefully can get someone in place for the season. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Item 13 is the purchase of a used Ram 5500 truck in the amount of $75,156.47 to County Chevrolet out of Warrenton, Virginia.
Great. Gentlemen, any discussion? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, we just have one person signed up to speak tonight, Ms. Nancy Brandt.
I was here at our last meeting, and I want to announce we did have our meeting this morning at 10 o'clock. Are you aware of it?
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, so I don't have to give you any details. The Chief Collins, made the announcement shortly after I was introduced to the people there, and he said, we've had a vote, and the membership, and we voted unanimously to keep the sirens. I just about got up and walked out, but I gave it a try. He said the decision would have to go to somebody, and it would go to somebody else in a committee and a membership, and I got lost in the procedure where the vote has to go. Several times I was told you're not correct, and whatever. I said my friend down at Graddenville in the summer has to shut her windows when the sirens go off. Now that's a mile away. They said, no, it can't be. Okay, we moved on. The next thing, he said he was a chief. Chief Collins was there for 5 years, relatively young man. And he argued with me when I said 54 years. I've lived on that, right behind the fire hall we bought it in '68. And I figure it was after I talked with Jean Smith with the Department of, help me out, anyway, she said, put it in writing, and shortly thereafter, the sirens went off. And they were off for 54 years until last spring. And they started up. And I went in and I said, why do we start the sirens? She said, because the police, the firemen, when they're mowing grass, cannot hear the sirens. And I thought, okay, then, and she said it's only 3 series too, 3 whales. And I thought, okay, they're gonna come off in the winter because they're not mowing grass in the winter. Or the grass comes up through the snow. How is this happening? Anyway, the sirens continued. And let me think what else here I have to tell you. I said, we've always been friends. We've been good neighbors with the fire hall. We have a big backyard. Meadowback has landed in that yard many times. They don't ask permission. Permission's not necessary. That's fine. We're happy to do that. Well, the chief came back and said, oh no, they land in that alley. That alley's 12 feet, 15 feet wide. I don't believe it. You know, that's how our meeting went. Everything I said, it's not right, it's not right. Here's what annoys me. The sirens will go off, but no vehicle goes out. And I don't know why there can't be a filter someplace. And I don't understand the whole system. I just know how it impacts me. And the chief did say, the reason we have the sirens now is because a tree fell on a man and killed him in Pennsylvania, Centerville. I said, Centerville has a fire station, and I don't know, and I don't have details, whether when the tree fell, it killed him instantly, or whether if they had gotten there, they may have saved him. I don't know those things. But I just met with detours every place I went. And he disagreed with the 54 years too. Now I'm a little older than 54. I don't believe he's 54 yet. But he said the sirens were going off in 1990. And I said, oh no, they didn't. So that's how our meeting went. And they voted unanimously to keep the sirens on prior to when I was told, after we went through these processes with the meeting and with us being involved. But anyway, so I believe my life is forced to living indoors, forget the fresh air. Take your vitamin D, forget the sunshine. I would forget the fruit trees, the berries, the flowers, hanging the clothes out. All those types of things. I'm confined to my house. My neighbor has a brick house, and she said, I have the advantage of brick house. When I go inside, I don't hear it. Well, my house is framed. And I don't know if I told you the last meeting or not. We bought that house. It was 25 feet by 25 feet. That's called a bungalow. Well, anyway. I talked to my husband, I said, we're going to be forced to move. And that's the sad part of the whole thing. Any questions?
Mrs. Brand, I will let you know, I talked to Director Jimmy Piles, who was at the meeting with you today. They are still going to take this back to their membership to look at and take another vote on. So there's a little more to come on this just yet. So we're going to wait and see what the results of that are, and then we can go from there if there's anything to do.
I think the handwriting's on the wall. When they tell you at the meeting, your vote was taken, it was unanimous. What do you think?
Understood.
Okay. Administrator Bennett,
Nothing further.
Attorney Beeman,
I don't have anything to add, thank you. Nothing to add, sir.
Commissioner Caparelli.
No, all quiet.
All righty. Well, let's get out of here before the storm gets us. So our next public business meeting will be Thursday, March 10th, 5 o'clock. Thanks.